eBay, I did Shopify, I had brick and mortar businesses. Follow me right now, as my main objective every day is to try to make money from the stock market. I'm on the road to 3 million. This episode, I'm not sure what it is, but this is just an intro. And right now you can see me break down videos on here on my YouTube. Look at the books, check everything out, and be in touch. Message me through here, Twitter. Get up with me. It's going to be a phone number and email, and we can talk about any subject, stocks, crypto, what we need to in business. Let's go. As we're talking, she's like, oh, well, I feel like I can't do it that way. I can't do it this way. Everything's been slow. This is that. My partner's not always here, blah, blah, blah. But I'm telling her, and, I've seen this many times. I'm sure landlords they see it every day. You know what I mean? It's always something, right? It's always a person trying to take what they're not going to do, or take where they're lacking at and try to put that on you and make you make up for it, right? Or find some way to possibly blame you. Now you have no choice but to take responsibility for it, or whatever it is. So for somebody like me, I'm not gonna think of things like that. I'm not gonna think of things of like, oh, now your life is in shambles, let me put my life in shambles and change my business structure and change everything I think and do this to help you. Nah, that's how you end up, Titanic effect, right? That's how you end up trying to build a boat for somebody, and the whole time they're cutting the bottom every time you get to more layers of wood, right? You don't know that they got slits in the bottom. You don't know that whatever subconsciously, or whatever's going on in their mind, you don't know what it is and why, but what you do know is it can affect what you got going on in your mind, right? It can affect the way you think about things, the way you feel about everything. So yeah, I can't let that affect my business structure, my business, how my business is going, the future plans for our business. I can't do that, right? And that's why a lot of times nowadays, I'm very, very, very thoughtful. I'll hear everything out. I'll hear everybody out. I'll hear everybody's plans out, everybody's ideas. But for me to partner with somebody, for me to put an agreement down and have to stick to it for 7 years, 20 years, 2 years, I'm not going to do it, because I know my work ethic. I know my research capabilities. I know my business acumen. I know everything, right? So whereas though you get with a lot of people, and it's rare that I meet people face to face. I mean, I see them on the internet. I see people that I've read about, but to meet people in my demographic face to face that are really about their business, there's people with businesses, there's millions of people with businesses, but really about their business, I mean, I can name them on a couple hands, right? And definitely on my hands and toes, I can name all of them. So my problem is with a lot of people, I feel like they have wonderful ideas. I feel like they have wonderful whatever, but that's only going to take you so far, right? I feel like a lot of people's work ethic isn't at par at what it takes to be an entrepreneur or trader. And I read that before. I read that back in, I feel like it was 2014 in a magazine. I remember it was a guy talking about gyms and how he was trying to franchise this and this. And he was basically saying that he felt barely anybody has the work ethic to do business. That's why they fail. That was his synopsis on why things fail, why businesses, shouldn't be open. So his model was do the franchise method. Don't open your own business because it's going to cause you too much. The juice isn't worth the squeeze, in his opinion, with a lot of business models. And I can agree with him, right? But I could go further to say why. It's because the person's not going to put the work in, right? They're not. The person's not going to wake up every day before they woke up for their regular job, right? They're not going to stay late, because most people's reasoning, if you ask them, yo, why do you want to open a business? Why do you want, if I gave you $1 million, what you go watch YouTube clips like that, right? They all say the same thing. They just don't want to work as much, but they want to make more money. All right, cool. That's everybody's thought, but you have to put the work in to get there, right? It's almost like somebody saying, oh, I want to be ripped up, but I don't want to go to the gym every day. Okay, well, for a long time, you're going to have to work out hard, eat everything correct, stretch, do everything you have to do. Then you can maintain it and not have to do extreme workouts every day and still be pretty ripped, depending on your genetics, right? But what did you have to do before that? You don't start sloppy and fat and then say, oh, I want to look ripped and and you don't want to do the work. How you want to hustle, you know what I mean? You don't want to hustle, but you want the money. Come on. That's not how it goes. So, I think me personally, and I've talked to so many people about this, right? Or people who ask